All right, I'll call to order the committee of the whole for September 23rd. Let the record show all the persons are present. With John joining us via Zoom. First on the agenda is PL 8725, to authorize removal of unused, non-working lighting on North Union Street. This is a continuation. We've been waiting for the city to get an update on the testing of those lights, and we've all received email with our correspondence on that. We also received a recommendation from one of the city employees that works in the electric department. Any council members have anything they want to add to that, or do we have anything? James, you want to add anything to the email? No?
No, I don't have any other information beyond what you've received in the emails.
Okay.
I just have a quick question, because I think those might have been put up, like, right when you came on council, or right before? So, I was reading the city employees' recommendation. So, if it's not a viable option because of the water, was that not considered initially?
Because it's not, I think it was the boxes.
It's no protection against liquids.
Yeah, no protection against liquids, only solids. So was that not considered at the very beginning?
Before money was invested? Sorry, James.
No. I believe it was considered. I think the challenge was finding a manufactured electronic device that would provide the various control functions that had been requested.
So what we originally were gonna have met those requirements?
That I couldn't say.
Okay.
That
I
would-
was just
I'd
trying
have
to
ask
understand
Steve.
why all of a sudden it's recommended it's not a viable option, since we did all of the installations.
Recall?
So, I actually love the idea of having the lights downtown. I think, I've talked to business owners that do. However, the lights have been up there a couple of years. 5 out of the 17 strands don't work. 2 others have issues. The city electrician gave us a recommendation that that they came in with what is kind of a Frankenstein approach, as I see it, to fixing the lights with a box. And the box that they recommended doesn't appear to meet commercial industrial needs and has no protection against liquids. And since we want it outside, it does seem like that's not a viable option. I mean, I have to say that I believe that the city electrician probably knows significantly more about this than I do, and it was really his recommendation not to go forward. But even before that, we received a letter saying, geez, finish the project, otherwise it's like a black mark on the administration. And, I think it's been, I can't tell you how many times I've been asked about the lights, and I know that we have things that we can't talk about in terms of litigation, but I would love to see the lights. The business owner, one of them that I was talking to last evening, said, look, we'll have a fundraiser, we'll do something to raise money. And how the trees, I don't know if some of you know, but the smaller trees are there. Lori McCarthy with the chamber had basket raffles, quite honestly, and that's how we raised the money for, I think it was 2 of the trees. So, I think that we had said it might be like $12,000 to bring this to fruition. However, that was before we knew that 5 of the light strands didn't work. And that honestly, at this point, I think that we need to salvage what we can, sell it for whatever we can, and look to find a sustainable light fixture if we want to go forward with that. I think there's 84,000 or something like that left in the streetscapes. So I think there's projects that probably are much more needed than the lights, even though I have to say I would love to have the lights downtown. I think one of the things we need actually the lighting on North Union Street itself. We need more lighting, because I left at 8:30 from one of the businesses, and it was dark. And I don't think that lights across the street are gonna fix that. So maybe we need to invest overall in improvement of the lighting downtown.
Sorry. I was-
Morning.
I know. So one thing I was gonna say is, you know, I think, I don't know what the reasoning was to initially invest in it, right? But we find money and we invest money in a lot of things that aren't forward-facing to our community or people come into our city. And which some of those things are infrastructure and it's needed, some of those things maybe aren't as much of a priority, and not that overhead lights are a priority, but I think investing in the beautification of Olean is something that we've committed to. And so finding a way to make that happen, that money has been invested and now we're just stopping, and I don't know, but that's just how I feel. I think something forward facing to our community and the people that we want to bring into the community, and making that downtown area what we want it to be, I think is important to think about, especially when we're putting money here, putting money here, putting money here on smaller things that might not be as much a priority.
JR?
So I was, oh,
JR first.
So I've talked about this several times. Number one, I'm not against the decorative lighting. I am against continuously spending money on this. You've got X number of dollars already invested, X number of dollars to now put into it. My problem has been, as Simon called it, the Frankenstein approach to the whole thing. There's no guarantees that it works, there's no warranty, there's nothing. I was talking to Vernon today, and he talked about, like, sometimes, when you're doing a construction project, you don't just start over and scrap it, you try to salvage it. And I said to him back, I said, no, but have you ever had a car that started to give you issues? You threw money at it, and something else happens, and you threw money at it, and then you threw some more money at it. Eventually, you go down and trade the car in, and you just get a different car. Find something that's gonna work, that's feasible, and not waste money on this. The other item that's not even, how much labor has been spent down there in the past 2.5 years trying to figure this out, that we don't even have that number on. So you're just looking at this cost of the initial that was never completed. How much time has the electrician spent down there, or any other department spent down there trying to get it to work? So there's even costs that you don't see on the table. Not against the lighting. Simon said, and I said that to her, just because we found the money doesn't mean we need to spend it there. Put more streetlights in that have been a noted concern since the thing got illuminated, that road is dark. Find better lighting. I said more uplighting on the trees, something like that. So I'm just not in favor of continuously spending money. And again, also, we kind of established deadlines, and then we moved the deadline, and then we moved the deadline, and we kept moving the line in the sand. Well, here it is. You guys got the testing you wanted, and they didn't work. So I'm prepared just to move forward with removing them and find something different.
Joe?
So I was actually here for the testing, and the testing worked inside the building. They did go out and check all the lights on the street. 4 actually weren't working. One had a broken bulb, which I found a little surprising. That would be put in the report. I think that we've invested money in it, and a number came up to 12,000, but the email from the electrician said he would do the research into what it would cost. One of the concerns was that the boxes aren't waterproof, and even I know that you can go to Home Depot and get boxes that you can run the wires through and put that element in to keep them isolated from the weather. I just don't think that the electrician did his due diligence, in my opinion, and I would like to continue with this, evaluating this project for 2 more weeks, and that only.
John, do you have anything you want to add?
So I've said it all along, I'm in favor of seeing this project move forward. However, I would be, again, I think in order to make an informed decision, what the scale looks like to do what the city electrician would recommend a commercial installation would look like. So on his latest report out is that there's a number of items that are not what you would call commercial grade applications. What would a new product look like, and what would the cost be? I'm not saying every single street post has to have a strand on it, but I do believe that overall, when I talk to people, I walk uptown all the time, and there's a lot of people that would like to see this come to fruition. To JR's point, I'm not necessarily hung up on those lights, but what would a commercial installation look like? What does that cost? I don't know if it's $50,000. I don't know if it's $500,000. I guess in order for me to make an informed decision, I need to have that number.
Just for public awareness, just to go through, so the council with this quote-unquote informed decision. I know for the longest I was in favor of these lights. I know I've talked to numerous people that were interested in these lights. I would like to see these lights. And to Jen's point, it will be a great way of, I don't know, maybe marketing downtown city area. But when you look at the project and the amount of time, the logistics, as JR mentioned, the logistics, the man hours, the time, the effort, everything that's went into it. And then the first email that we received, it was a little vague, so it was left for us to interpret, what was what. But when we received our second email, just to highlight some things, the controller rating right off the bat is an issue. It does not protect against liquid. In this area, we need something that protects against liquid. So right off the bat, that becomes an issue. Whether we can go down to Home Depot and buy it, we are prevailing wage. Anything the city buys, if it's $5 for them, it's $20 for us. So product sourcing and quality was another issue. Software functionality becomes another issue. The operational logistics. The fact is, we don't know how long this is going to work for us. And in the professional opinion, it literally states putting any additional money into this product risks setting us up for failure in the future. So the last thing we want to do is invest. I mean, we've already invested in this. We've already wasted a lot of money in this. We've already wasted a lot of logistics in this project. I'm almost to the point where I'm ready to just consider it a failure. We've done what we could. We waited, we postponed, we've done everything we could. I think we need to move forward with this PL, let it be voted upon. With that, I also believe maybe direction to the city to find another unit, to find something that would be commercial grade, have the city electrician involved, to find something that would meet those needs so that we can install a light system that would greatly benefit us and what we're looking for as a city. Again, I've heard numerous people say they're interested in this coming here. So we're not necessarily saying, no, we don't want lights altogether. We're just saying we don't want these lights because it's being piecemeal together. And to JR's point, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, if you got a used car and you're just putting a new transmission, a new engine, and you're just piecemealing together, eventually you're just going to replace it all together. At least if we went with a totally new system, we would have some type of warranty, something that's guaranteed to work for commercial, and then we have, some type of backing there. Any feedback on that one, Anastasia?
Yeah, you basically said everything I was gonna say. I'm still in favor of having lights downtown. I think they would have been a great asset to the beautification of downtown. But after seeing the email from the city electrician, and I'm sure he knows more than I do, and he said they were not commercial grade equipment up there, and because of the liquid, and more for residential use, I believe he said. That kind of got me to change my mind that we shouldn't be spending more money on those lights, and maybe, like you said, see if we can find something else. But when we first started talking about this about a month ago, or 2 months ago, I asked what it would cost to change the light bulbs and the current light poles that we have, the lumens, to get stronger lumens up there. And I don't think anybody's ever investigated to see how much it would cost to change a light bulb.
Those are LEDs.
I know they're LEDs, but you can't put another light bulb in there and put a stronger light bulb.
not the national grid lights.
It seems like the side streets are brighter than downtown, is what I'm getting at with their LED lights. But, again, I think we beat this to death, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna be resolved in a cost-efficient way, and it'd be much better to see if we can find some new lights.
So Mayor, is it possible to have someone work on that and present it back to the council? I mean, it seems like everyone's in favor with doing lights, just not this particular.
Yeah, we could work on that.
We're working on it. Alright, so I guess we want to, get sponsors.
I'll sponsor.
Alright, so sponsored by Binion. Need a second?
I'll second.
Second by McCall. And this will be on for tonight. Okay, PL 92-25 to reassign the City of Olean tree removal contract 2025-26 to Decker Tree Service. Anastasia wants to start.
Yeah, we've been pushing this around now for the last month. The complaint I'm getting is that Decker is renting some property down there on East Fall Road, and he has left a pile of wood chips down there. Some people call them sawdust, but I think they're wood chips. And there's also some old tree logs scattered throughout the property that the residents down there would like removed. I sent an email out yesterday morning to everybody, and somebody must have called Decker Tree Service because I received a phone call from a Justin Decker, and we discussed the issues and the problems down there, and he asked me what the main concern was, and I told him that the residents would like that wood chips removed in those logs that are scattered around, and he said that he would remove those. He didn't give me a time frame, and I forgot to ask him when he could do it. I forgot that this was on the agenda for tonight. So what I'm respectfully going to request is that we can postpone this for 2 weeks. I will call Mr. Decker tomorrow and tell him that this came up again tonight, and we will give him 2 weeks to clean up that area, and then we can vote on this in October.
Any additional feedback on this one?
Just a question, wasn't it said last meeting that if it wasn't cleaned up by this meeting, that it was just going back to RFP? And
Yes.
James was asked to have an RFP prepared,
Yes.
so, I'm sorry, I think we just stick to what we said we were gonna do.
So, this is another topic where it's a little choppy, muddy, because Decker was the second bidder on the, well, I can't think of the name of it, but they were the second bidder. So with that, they were given the option to be awarded, or we were going to reward them with this contract. But then it came up that that area was bad and that there was an order to remedy. So that order to remedy was completed. Now, we've been told that those issues that are down there do not belong to Decker. They may have put that stuff there, but codes is saying what they needed to do was completed. So this is a separate issue that we're allowing to hinder things. Yep.
I think code said that it was satisfied to their standard,
Mhm.
not that it was completely done
Right.
to their benchmark.
To their remedy, the order remedy was completed.
Yes, not to 100%, but just to an acceptable level, is, I believe, what they said.
I don't have that email. I thought I had that email. But with that, I mean, yes, we put this off for a couple of weeks, we came back, nothing was done. So now to push it out for another 2 weeks, I mean, I'm at the point now where we can go ahead and put it up for bid, but then if we do that, now we're waiting, and then what if they're the only ones that put in for it?
Well, hopefully that they will, before we award them a contract, making thousands of dollars, that they will remedy the existing problem. I mean, I didn't bring code 12-6E, I think it was called. I didn't bring it with me, but, I mean, obviously, that code has not been satisfied to standards. It's like, I don't know why codes would sign off on it. The mayor was supposed to have a meeting with the chief and talk about this. I don't know what he did. But, to me, that code violation has never been satisfied. And it's like, if you want a contract for the city, and you know that there's one on the line, you think you get off your ass and take care of the original complaint so you can get the contract.
And I agree. Mayor, did you have anything you wanted to add to this, or?
I did have a meeting with codes and the chief, and, they went through just what you said. Alderman Benny said that the minimum was done to satisfy the order. So,
I had that email.
Say again?
I just found that email that just said that it was satisfied to their level, to his requirement. Is how it was worded in the email to us.
Okay.
in our discussion, I told him I was not happy with this, and we'd have to take a look at the code and see if we can strengthen it so that things like this do not happen again.
Okay. So with that, I propose, I'm sorry, Sonny?
I have nothing really other with Decker, but I will say, having a lot of experience in management, I'd rather have a no hire than a bad hire, right? And so as we're looking at this, do we want someone who satisfies the minimum standard doing the work for us? And I don't know, I think I've heard a number of things, and I think that if we go forward, that we have to be very clear with our expectations of the quality of work that we expect. I think that, if we need to go back and revisit codes because it's not where we need it to be with expectations for a finished product, then, like we did with some of the others, we need to go back and revisit it. But I think that if there's significant concern that the work done is the minimum to satisfy anything, I guess I would question what we did with going forward. And do we not put it out for RFP and accept what we have because we're just worried we won't get anything? I mean, is that really how we choose employees and contractors? I would hope not.
And I've said it before, and I hope the city would hold the contractors and those that work for the city or represent the city to a higher standard, especially considering this type of issue here that's coming back to essentially bite Decker in the rear. We can either postpone this indefinitely, which would go ahead and move forward with,
Actually, Vernon, I'd make a motion to postpone it indefinitely, so that would send out the RFP.
Yes, send out the RFP. Or we can vote on it and just all vote no, which basically just wastes time anyway, because I don't foresee it going anywhere, so.
Nope, I'll make the motion to postpone indefinitely.
All right, so Jared made the motion to postpone indefinitely. Is there a second? Seconded by Anastasia. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. So Director?
Publish the RFP then?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get some competitive bids, and hopefully another company pops up that's willing to represent the company in a better manner, and I guess that sends a message to some of those that are out there. All right, PL 102-25 to confirm the mayoral reappointment of Greg Piota as the city assessor for the term October 1, 25 through September 30, 2031.
Thank you. The assessor's terms are for 6 years, and Greg is at that point again now, where his appointment has to be made. These are mandated by the state that these appointments are made in the assessor's office.
All right, any questions or comments on this one?
Greg is here if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, let's put Greg on the spot, he doesn't come here that often.
3 breathing for that.
Want to switch? All right, so,
I'm finished as he comes every week.
right.
Even more careful with this part.
So I'll need a motion for that one.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Anastasia, second by
Second.
Joe Carey. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? John Burks. All right, moving on to PL 103-25 to authorize the mayor to enter into the updated order of consent as submitted by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. Mayor?
Yes, maybe I'll have Bridget talk about this. Did you talk about this? You worked with the attorney for DEC on this.
Is this a consent order, Mayor?
Is it a consent order? Yes.
Yeah, so, can everybody hear me without the
Well,
microphone?
but they gotta be able to
Oh,
hear you.
okay.
On the YouTube channel.
So the consent order is something that, the state pretty much drafted. I reviewed it, Brad looked at it, there's some changes Brad recommended regarding, the technical engineering kind of jazzy stuff that's not my department. It's pretty standard. I told the mayor I thought it was good to go after Brad made his changes, and the state redrafted the changes, so. I'm not sure if you guys have questions for me, or just changing the terms, and you guys have moved the deadline considerably.
I had some questions. I read through and then I highlighted a couple things. The abbreviations in here kind of remind me of my military days, but. So, here we go. Civil penalty. Has this section been satisfied? Because I do not see that part written in the actual PL. So the changes, the changes themselves are just pertaining to other items.
No, this be pertaining to all this. Once we sign this, and that'll take effect.
Okay,
And that we're agreeing to this change, this
okay.
updated order.
Okay. So in this civil order, I'm just gonna mention this one section here. Let's see, with respect to the violations identified in this order, the department hereby assesses against the respondent civil penalty in an amount of $20,000 to be paid as follows. And then it states the payable penalty is $7,000 once this is signed. So how are we paying that?
That'll come out of sewer funds.
Sewer funds? Does that require council?
We probably to check with Brad on that and see if we have nothing. And there, we may have to use contingency, so yes, that'll take council action.
And then the remaining, it looks like there's stipulations that has to be met. And if they're not met, then that remaining will have to be paid. So I know I have another note on here, because there are dates that must be met. And the first milestone date is March 1, 2026. So with that in mind, the what ifs come to mind. Does the city have a plan to meet these deadlines, comply with these requirements? Do we foresee any issues?
No, and I'll be, actually, I can do this here right now, while we're on this. This is from Brad Kennett. I've been in contact with Andy Farrell from DEC about engineering firm. They hired Rambo. They are scheduled to start their flow monitoring in 2 or 3 weeks. The work they are doing will complete milestone 1A through F of the new consent order. We'll have to prepare to move on digitizing our utility maps and make usable with either, and I don't know what these, with ESRI and ARC-GIS. So GIS tells me it's location, or an equivalent by March 1st, 2026.
So A through F, I see that, but the G is the ARC-GIS or equivalent mapping software. So we have to look again at the software before that date.
Yes.
Well before that date.
Yes, well before that date.
Yeah.
So we can't wait for the next budget for this. This needs to be done this year. And then the F, looks like the start date shall be no later than July, and completion shall be no later than November 30th. So A through F will be completed before November 30th? Oh, 2028, sorry. All right. So any other questions on that one?
So Brad said A through F would be, but it sounds like it would be A through E would be then, right? Unless we're saying we're gonna be so ahead that we're gonna finish.
I mean, it must be, because if F says no later than November 2028, but yet this is in the bracket where it says March 1st, 2026, this stuff needs to be done, so.
But F is just proposed schedule must be completed, not executed by.
Okay.
That gives it till 2028 to execute.
As long as we have that schedule and proposed then.
All right. So, thank you for pointing that out. All right, any other questions? Yep.
So when we're talking about milestones, because one of the things that we have talked about is the stormwater system. And so there is a disconnect, all municipal stormwater systems from the sanitary sewer system. And we do have a November 30th, 2026 date for that. So I know that's something that's come up multiple times. So just to let those who would ask what we were doing with that know that there is a hard deadline to complete that. That hopefully will exceed.
So as a council, I guess we're gonna have to remember these dates, make some notes, and that way, when this stuff comes back up.
And Vernon, if I might point out, that one F in 2 alpha, it says it's pursuant to the approved schedule in the engineering report, which wasn't appended to this, so that has the specific deadlines in it. We need to make sure we put them on the calendar as well.
Yep. All right, so we will revisit that. All right, so any other questions or comments on that particular topic or anything for the city attorney? Looks like John is good. All right, so we will need sponsors. I'll motion, can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Paul, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. All right, if there's nothing else for this committee, I'll make a motion to adjourn. Wait a second. Second by Benny, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we are adjourned from committee of the whole. All right, I call to order the regular meeting for the Common Council for Tuesday, September 23rd. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Benyon,
Here.
Alderman Carey,
Here.
Alderwoman Forney,
Here.
Alderwoman McCall,
Here.
Alderman Crawford,
Here.
Alderman Anastasia. Here. President Robinson.
Here, please rise for the, sorry. Anxious. Please rise for the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of this community. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Frank left us. All right, reading, correcting, and approval of minutes for previous regular meeting.
Regular meeting of the Olean Common Council was held on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 at 6:35 p.m. Present were Alderman Robinson, Benyon, Carey, Forney, McCall, Crawford, and Anastasia. None were absent.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Can I get a second? Second by Anastasia, all in favor?
Aye.
Approved, I'm sorry, opposed? committee reports and unfinished council business.
None?
Communications from the mayor.
Thank you. Tonight we have with us athletes went to the Special Olympics in, I believe it was in Ithaca. Yes, Ithaca, and this was back in July. And with the summer schedule, it was hard to get them out here, so we're going to honor them tonight. So as I call your names, you can come forward. Those of you out here. Nancy F. And Nancy is a bronze in singles and a bronze medal in team. This was a bowling event. So, thank you, Nancy. These are all bowling events. So we have Christopher Case. Christopher has a silver medal in singles and a bronze medal in team. Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. And we have Anna Daniels, silver medal in singles and bronze medal in team. We have Willie Fye, bronze medal in singles, bronze medal in team. And we have Stephen Hornaday, gold medal in singles and bronze medal in team. Is he here? Stephen here? Okay. David Jones, fourth in singles, bronze medal in team. Matthew Mitchell, bronze in singles, bronze medal in team. And I don't know if is Larry Ordway here? I don't. Oh yeah, Larry Ordway. He had a gold in singles and a bronze medal in team. Larry. And Dr. Carl Case, he's one of the coaches for the team. He had 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 11 bronze medals. Okay, Marcia, also one of the coaches, 2 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 11 bronze medals. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't all get our fist bump this time. Let's see, miscellaneous communication.
None?
City reports.
Monthly report of the city auditor, month ended August 2025. Quarterly report of the city auditor, 3 months ended August 31st, 2025. Financial summary of as of August 31st, 2025.
Proposed legislation and referrals.
PL number 101-25 by Mayor Halio, referred to regular meeting Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, for resolution by Council President. PL number 102-25 by Mayor Halio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, by Council President. PL number 103-25 by Mayor Halio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, by Council President.
All right, thank you very much. Finance and bills.
The auditor has processed bills and claims against the city of Olean as per list submitted to each alderman and recommends payment thereof. Whereas the auditor has presented to the common council bills and claims against the city of Olean totaling $2,548,322.11, for the budget and recommends payment thereof. Now therefore be it resolved that the same be and are hereby audited and allowed, and the auditor is hereby authorized and directed to draw warrants for the payment thereof at the amounts set opposite each respective claim.
All right, we are looking for sponsors for this one. Any questions or comments on this before we do sponsors? All right.
I'll make this motion.
McCall, no?
Second.
All right, and Binion? All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Benyon,
Yes.
Alderman Carey,
Yes.
Alderwoman Forney,
Yes.
Alderwoman McCall,
Yes.
Alderman Crawford,
Yes.
Alderman Anastasia,
Yes.
and President Robinson.
Yes.
Resolution passes unanimously.
All right, resolutions?
Resolution number 85-25, PL number 87-25, out of committee by Alderman Benyon, seconded by Alderwoman McCall, to authorize the removal of unused non-working lighting on North Union Street.
All right, this one was discussed over the past few months now. John?
I'm trying to remember. I remember the sponsors, but I don't recall a voice vote on that. Was there a voice vote made after the sponsors?
Don't know, don't recall.
I'm just trying to remember, I mean, we can do a round robin, but I just don't, I'm trying to remember if there was a voice vote made.
I think John's correct.
There wasn't those. Okay,
I think John, you're correct, there was not a voice vote, he took the sponsor in a second, and then we moved on.
I was trying to remember if that happened, and I don't know if the record has it or not.
No, you're 100% correct.
So, Michiko? Okay, so we refer to the city attorney. Are there any changes we need to do, or do we need to vote it at a committee? How do we do this? The council president, or?
John. Oh, that's what you're saying.
So what we're looking for is we didn't vote it from committee to the regular meeting.
We had sponsors, but no voice
Okay,
vote.
no voice vote.
So we need to be able to get it to the regular meeting, so.
So we have to wait 2 weeks. All right then.
So can I?
You don't have to.
Hmm?
You already adjourned the committee.
Yeah, we already adjourned the committee.
So can I ask, so since we're a technicality, and good catch, John, that we ask that, we are still interested in having lighting down there, but I would ask that the research to look towards alternate sustainable lighting happen even as we're waiting to come back to vote on this.
Yep. Hopefully this, the mayor said that he would have this.
We'll discuss this, because we may have to put it off for RFP. We'll take a look at procurement and see what we have to do.
All right.
And there's others, like even Ellicottville has lights. I don't know where people buy their lights, but you know, it might be one of the other towns around, you know, might have some pointers too.
All right, so thanks, John, for catching that. I apologize to the council and to the city for that error. Again, I will try to do better.
2 more weeks for
2 more weeks, so do we need to postpone for 2 weeks?
No, I don't postpone, it just shows up on the agenda again. It just
I mean,
really,
how do we get it off of here to make sure that we're doing it correctly off of this?
you just don't take any action because it's not.
It's technically not on.
Correct, John, it's technically not there, so you don't. need to
Okay,
announce
so
it.
technically not there.
It just reappears on that same committee in 2 weeks, and then we can go forward.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Interesting.
Did you order your t-shirts yet? 2 weeks.
Hashtag 2 more weeks, get bumper stickers.
There's no meeting next
For 3 weeks.
week, because it's the 5th Tuesday, so it'll be
4 weeks.
3 weeks.
Right.
Well, that ruins the t-shirts.
So this will be on the agenda for October 14th. All right. I'll make sure that was my error. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, is it possible that we can get some information by October 14th then, on what a possible alternative proposal might be, Bill?
We'll do our best.
Thanks.
All right. Moving on.
Resolution 90-25, PL number 92-25 is postponed. Indefinitely. Resolution 99-25, PL number 101-25, to authorize the use of $82,880.55 of Capital Fund New York class interest to purchase a mower for the Parks Department.
All right, this has been discussed, and it was mentioned that this funding will come from the Capital Fund New York class interest for the purchase of one mower. Any questions for me? No? All right, we're looking for sponsors. Carrie, sponsor and co-sponsor? I'll co-sponsor. All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Benyon,
Yes.
Alderman Gary,
Yes.
Alderwoman Forney,
Yes.
Alderwoman McCall,
Yes.
Alderman Crawford,
Yes.
Alderman Anastasia,
Yes.
and President Robinson.
Yes.
Resolution passes unanimously. Resolution number 100-25, PL number 102-25, out of committee by Alderman Anastasia, seconded by Alderman Carey, to confirm the mayoral reappointment of Greg Biota as city assessor for the term October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2031.
All right, this has been discussed. Any further questions or comments on this one? No? All right, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Benyon,
Yes.
Alderman Carey,
Yes.
Alderwoman Forney,
Yes.
Alderwoman McCall,
Yes.
Alderman Crawford,
Yes.
Alderman Anastasia,
Yes.
and President Robinson.
Yes.
Resolution passes unanimously. Congratulations, Greg.
You're stuck.
Here we are.
Yes, please.
Resolution number 101-25, PL number 103-25, out of committee by President Robinson, seconded by Alderwoman McCall, to authorize the mayor to enter into the updated order on consent as submitted by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
All right, again, this one was discussed. Any other questions or comments on this one?
Just, I have one comment.
Mayor?
We talked about the different milestones and timelines, but I'll work with Brad to put that together so that the council has that.
All right, we appreciate that. Yes.
Will you do like a bullet point of that and post it to that webpage?
We'll post the entire order to the webpage.
I just meant that, just put bullet points to it so that it's easier.
Yep. All right, for anyone who couldn't hear, bullet points and the posting of this will be on the website.
It won't be tomorrow, so give us some time to put
Yep.
it together. So.
Yep. Nothing in government works fast. All right, so we're looking to, please call the roll.
Alderman Benyon,
Yes.
Alderman Carey,
Yes.
Alderwoman Forney,
Yes.
Alderwoman McCall,
Yes.
Alderman Crawford,
Yes.
Alderman Anastasia,
Yes.
and President Robinson.
Yes.
Resolution passes unanimously.
All right. This moment, council, anyone on council have anything they'd like to bring forward?
Of course I do.
McCall?
So, I think we had talked briefly about the RAM, which was the remote area medical clinic, and I just wanted to let you know, Jim Mahar had sent me a message. I think they served like 420, somewhere in that ballpark, but they provided $273,442 worth of services to our community. So just, Paula Snyder from JCC, Jim Mahar from Bona's, and everybody else that worked on it, just absolutely amazing. And clearly there is such a need in our community, particularly as we talk about dental. The dental tickets were like gone like right away. So as we advocate and what do our residents need, I mean, people are booked up. One of the clinics, I mean, I think it's like you can go in December, but if you have a toothache today, that doesn't really help you, does it? Right? And particularly for people who are underinsured or uninsured, that's difficult. So I just am just in awe at the services that were provided. And then a couple of other things, because I have been working with a couple of groups downtown. We've been really trying to, which is why I love the idea of the lights. It just isn't the right project at the moment. But on October 3rd, Art and Music Walk, we will have that. Connie from Beat City spearheaded that initially, and the Shops on Union, which is a bunch of shop owners that are working to try and market our downtown. We have food trucks that are coming, and we're excited about that. And I have a couple of Bonnet interns that are going to work with our downtown businesses to see how they can market and stuff. So they're really coming along with that. And then planning ahead on October 25th, we're going to have trick or treating. So we will get those all out there, and hopefully, as we look and we say, what can our downtown, what do you guys want in downtown? The shops are really trying to come together, support each other, and provide activities to say, at least come look downtown at our local stores before you head to Walmart or go to Amazon, and I think that's really what they're asking is, give them a chance.
Anyone else?
If I might. So this Saturday is the Southern Tier Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's second year it's here in Olean. It was formerly in Allegheny. It was supposed to be in Ellicottville this year, but Olean had a much more appealing environment for the walk. So it's this Saturday at 9 o'clock is check-in, and the walk begins at a little after 10 after the Promise Garden. So I'd appreciate everyone coming and supporting it. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right. So how much time to sign it? I don't know how much time we're setting on it.
Exactly 3 minutes.
Okay. All right, so before we have the clerk read the public comment statement, I know I don't want to be rude to anyone. We really do want to hear what everyone has to say, but I ask that you, again, respect the time, 3 minutes when you're speaking. That is all. Could you please read the public comment statement?
Public comment portion of the Common Council regular meeting is established to provide members of the community with the opportunity to publicly state their views, voice their concerns, or to provide input pertaining to any issue affecting city government. Additionally, the mayor, common council members, and city department heads encourage any person with questions to contact them at their offices.
All right, at this moment, please approach the podium. You have 3 minutes. State your name and address for the record, please.
My name is James Keefe. I go by my middle name, Chris. No pronouns tonight. I want to thank the city for the replacement of a tree that originally there were 2 trees that were planted in memory of my mom and dad, Dr. and Mrs. Francis Keefe, in front of our house on South Union Street. The city took care of that, and in particular, Mayor Aleo, I thank you and my family for doing that. Part 2, I want to thank and commend Patrolman Campbell, who last Wednesday responded to a attack on me and my dog by a neighbor pit bull that jumped a fence, 5-foot fence. The dog was standing, and there's 3 others. I have 4 of them in my driveway, next door neighbors, 4 of them. Attacked my dog. What seemed like 5 minutes, I'm taking Bruno back to the house. I'm trying to kick the other dog. I'm 77 years old. Kicking the other dog while trying to retrieve Bruno back to the house in safety. I did so. I have a witness to all this. He's a Department of Transportation employee. As I say, I'm commending Patrolman Campbell, who responded within minutes. He went over to the offending party, who lived next door. They just moved in. There were 4 dogs. And confronted them about the licensing. That dog was not licensed. The other 3 dogs were not licensed. They were unleashed. They were cited for it. And right now I have, I took Bruno to my vet in Cuba, Dr. Mount, where he suffered several puncture wounds. They were addressed, medication given, and he's on the mend. The next day, Thursday, I stopped over at CARES, you all know where it is, 201 South Union, and spoke to a representative there. He's a supervisor, Keith Woods, and I alerted him that I was attacked. My dog was attacked by 4 pit bulls, and of course they have a number of clients there, both undergoing rehab for drug and alcohol, and of course I wish them well, but I thought the party should be alerted, especially their security, which you see over there, as to what happened to me. I notified our neighbors. I also, I have a police report, as I mentioned, and I went up to the post office and I talked to a representative up there, a supervisor, and my local, my regular postman, Brian is his name. Oh, that's my time out, okay. I'm finished, but as I say, I'm 77, I've served my country, I born in Olean, I retired at Olean, I worked for U.S. Treasury for 25 years. This is we're a civil society. I shouldn't have to deal with looking out my window and guarding myself, going down my driveway with my dog, who's now leashed, in order to get my car. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Price. I live at 126 Ireland Avenue. And I was here on July 22nd, and I addressed the council as to the handicap accessible sidewalk in front of our house. At that time, I was advised by the mayor, Mr. Benyon. I was also told it would be taken care of, not to worry about it. Well, here we are, September 23rd, and no new sidewalk, hasn't been fixed. I have gotten updates from Mr. Benyon. I've been in contact with him. There's been emails, I understand, going back and forth among different people in Olean. Common Council, David Crandall, the different ones. Yep, gonna be taken care of. There's a new contractor coming in September 1st. It'll be taken care of. And again, here we are, almost the end of September, and it's not taken care of. I also was told that I was notified by the mayor's office that, again, it was going to be taken care of. That was supposed to be recently. I've had no contact with the mayor's office. I did stop in last week. I do gardening in the gardens out in town. I picked up garbage bags to do that. I asked to speak to the mayor and was told the mayor was out of town. So that would have been the only kind of contact I had with the office. So I'm just asking, is it ever gonna get done? Or will I have to do it myself? So that's where I am. It's just upsetting. It's been since 2020 that this has been going on, and there's been no resolution to it. So, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello again, and good evening, Steve Rogers, 867 North 4th Street. I'm here again to openly continue a process that began 330 days ago and counting. I'm here to again strongly advocate for the immediate creation of a civilian oversight and control board over Olean code enforcement and their processes. I believe we need this civilian oversight and control board urgently, and again, I am not alone. Oversight and control boards are put in place to audit policies, procedures, and practices, review and confirm work product, verify appropriate documentation, and identify areas for quality improvement. They are a vital and necessary instrument in reestablishing public trust and confidence when they have been eroded away in the environment of selective response. Do you all agree that complaints should be properly recorded and investigated immediately? That's what our code says. If you disagree with me and think that this language is somehow vague, then maybe the code itself should be amended to avoid any confusion for Olean citizens. But if you agree with me that this minimum standard should be met without exception, then I believe we might all be on the same page. I'm a little disappointed that my suggestion has so far gained no traction, but that's okay. Life's full of little disappointments. But every day is also an opportunity to try to do better. And I think today should be the day that we start bringing accountability back into proper procedure. An oversight and control board is the right tool for this job. I am asking you all to empower a dedicated group of citizens to be guardians of equal treatment in this town. Extend that trust and you will not be disappointed. If you'd like me to gather signatures or testimonials that highlight this need, let me know. I'll get them for you. Let me know what motivates all of you. Let's get in the way of the status quo and let's be the difference.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Kennedy. I live at 917 Seneca Avenue. Happy to say that the river cleanup is pretty much a success. It's gone. There's no more trash on the rivers. Thanks to a lot of these volunteers around, we got it done. Now I'm asking for one more thing from the council. The graffiti. I'm willing to paint that up if y'all will give me the paint. Let's get it done. I mean, let's let our grandchildren, our grandmothers walk on trails and dikes and not have to see trash, garbage, graffiti everywhere. I'll paint it if y'all buy the paint. Hope everybody can come together and we can get this done. Thanks, guys. I appreciate everything.
And I'm going to break the quorum just to say thank you again for what you've done and for helping out there. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? All right, public comment is now closed. All right, is there anything else from the council? Anyone? All right, I'll make a motion.
I second.